Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my name's Benson. What's yours? So, Kristen wants some tater tot casserole. Tater tots aren't that great, don't really need them, so I'm gonna make it using cauliflower instead of tater tots. So, Jordan's gonna help me with it. I'm showing you what we're kind of doing. We got 2 heads of fresh cauliflower, a pound of ground turkey, and a can of cream of mushroom soup. And basically, we're going to roast the cauliflower off in the oven with a little bit of olive oil, salt, and pepper. After we get it chopped up properly, we're gonna pan fry the ground turkey. Once it's done, we'll drain it, stir it into the soup, and then it goes soup, cauliflower. Normally people will put cheese on top of it. If you were doing the tater tot casserole, you'd do the same steps, except you'd leave your tater tots frozen in the freezer. I'm cooking my broccoli first because I want it to be all the way through. I'm sorry, cauliflower. I'm cooking that all the way first so that it's done and ready to go, and really we're just kind of combining them and heating them. If you want crispier tater tots, I would like deep fry your tater tots or put them in the oven at a really high temperature and get them crispy before you make this, so that way they're crispier. And then you would just fry off your ground beef, ground turkey, whatever you want to use. Stir in your can of cream of mushroom soup, cream of chicken soup, whatever flavor you like. Then you're gonna layer it soup, tater tots, cheese. It goes in the oven. If you leave your tater tots frozen, they're gonna be really kind of soft. They're not gonna get crispy, but you'll just cook it until the tater tots are completely done. Cover it in cheese, throw it back in long enough for the cheese to melt. But where we're at right now is cauliflower. Basically, we've broken up the head of cauliflower, got it into manageable pieces, and then we're going to trim this up a little bit, get a few of the leaves and stuff off of it that are left, and get it into smaller bites. Then it's going to go on a tray. We're going to coat it with some olive oil, some salt and pepper, maybe some garlic powder, and then it's going to go in the oven under a broiler at 400 till it's done. We're looking for a little bit of like this charred black crispy pieces to it, so because that gives it a little bit of extra flavor. There is something to charring food, not burning it. Don't burn it to a crisp, don't burn it too bad, but sometimes you can char food and it gives it this unique flavor, and we want a little bit of that in our cauliflower before it goes on top of the mix. So we're gonna chop this up and I'll show it to you before it goes in the oven. All right, so I did salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, and turmeric, just for a little bit of color on my cauliflower. Olive oil as well, so that's what it looks like. Preheat my oven to 400. It's going to go in the oven, bake for about 10 minutes, and then it's going to go under the broiler at 400 to add a little bit of char to it. Basically just roasting cauliflower. Jordan is starting to fry the ground turkey.
Probably shouldn't have used a spatula.
Why?
I don't know.
That spatula works. Jordan's starting to fry the ground turkey. Once it's done, we'll drain it and we'll add some soup to it. I'll bring you back and show you what that looks like after you add the soup to it. It just looks like cream of mushroom soup with ground turkey in it. But we'll be back. Now I will say, be creative with this recipe, and you can make it the regular way with tater tots if you prefer to have tater tots. This is just the bariatric keto friendly version. When you're cooking that hamburger, you could add peppers, onions, mushrooms, whatever you want to it, and then add your soup and stir that all together. So this is just, I'm doing it quick, cheap, easy, something that's just like within 30 minutes I can have a meal on the table on a weekday afternoon. So I will tell you that, like, by all means, get creative with this meal if you want to put. Honestly, you could even keep this cheap, not gonna be any vegetables. You could take frozen vegetables, get you like a frozen stir fry mix, which usually has like bell peppers and onions in it. Throw that in with the hamburger, let that simmer for a little while, and then add your cream of whatever soup. So this is a recipe that you can really play with. I was just telling Jordan this would be really good with like some ground chorizo or something. Make it spicy. You could even season your tater tots. Like if you cook them first so they're crispy, season them, and then put them on top of this, it'd probably give it such a good flavor. So this is one of those recipes that, like, here's the base. You need ground turkey, cream of mushroom or cream of chicken soup, a big can, and you need tater tots, or in our case, a head and a half of raw cauliflower. Pre-cook your tater tots, pre-cook your cauliflower, and get it as crispy as you want it. Cook your meat, add your soup, put it in a pan, layer it, soup and meat, and then tater tots or cauliflower. You put cheese on it. You could put cake icing on it for all I care. What I'm saying is I'm giving you a very basic, cheap, easy recipe. You know, you could probably make 2 or 3 trays of this for under $10. Especially if you do it like on a buy one get one for the turkey meat. And it doesn't have to be turkey meat, it could be like the chorizo, ground beef, whatever you're in the mood for. But this recipe is very malleable. You can change it up and experiment and play with it any way you want to. So just, you know, it's like a quick recipe. I was coming home because Kristen had asked me about wanting tater tot casserole, and I came up with a way to do it. No, she's not getting tater tots, but she's gonna get that same sensation, those same flavors for the most part. And I was like, oh, you know what, let me share this with people. So here's your bariatric keto friendly version of tater tot casserole. But I'll show it when it's all done. Jordan's got the soup and the hamburger going, and the cauliflower's in the oven, so. Kristen's already been in it, but that's what it looks like. Cauliflower casserole.